Hi, my name is Drew Douglas, and I want to introduce you to IBM UrbanCode Deploy version 7 and show you a quick demo on blue-green deployments using UCD and WebSphere Liberty. UrbanCode Deploy is a tool for automating your application deployments. It's designed for continuous delivery while providing the audit trails, versioning, and approvals needed into production. Here's our scenario. Acme Air has recently purchased a hotel chain, changed their name to Acme Travel. The current site is a Java-based web app running on WebSphere Liberty using Nginx for a load balancer and a database on the back end. A new version of the app's been built and tested and it's ready for a zero downtime deployment. So let's go ahead and get logged into UrbanCode. And let's go ahead and click on Applications and go to our Acme Air application. Here we're on the Environments page, and you can see our integration test environment, our production blue environment, and our production green environment. So we're going to go ahead and deploy out to our production green environment, deploy the latest tested code to the environment. So we're going to choose our process, then choose our versions, and I want the latest with status of tested, and so I click Save and it automatically populates the version to deploy. I click OK and then I click Submit, and it kicks off the deployment process and takes us to the log screen and shows us the entire execution, every step in the process along the way. The first step is our check environment step that basically says, hey, make sure we're not trying to deploy into the production environment that's up and running and available to customers. The next step here is we're installing our collective of WebSphere Liberty, and so we can actually drill down into this step and see each step along the way. You can see I had one step fail, which is stop all servers. Can't stop a server that's not there, so that's why that step failed. But within UrbanCode, I have the ability to not fail the entire deployment just because of one failed step along the way that I would expect to fail in this scenario. So we can see that step has completed successfully, and it's moved on to creating the collective member servers now, with the next step being installing the Acme Air application files. And then we have a manual task to approve the load balancer port swap. So before we go ahead and make the change to the load balancer, and we'll get down to this section in just a minute as part of the deployment, I want to go out and verify that the application is actually running before I make the changes to the load balancer and move all production traffic over to the new servers. And so once we get down to that step, you'll see that it will actually stop, ask me to respond to the manual task, and approve or reject the change. And then the last step here is the swap server ports in the load balancer. So there we saw that the Liberty server create collective members step has finished. Only took us a minute and 13 seconds to create those servers, join them into the collective, and now we're actually installing the application files, and it's complete, and now we can see the response. So I'm going to click that, click Approve, and hit Submit, and we'll see that it actually goes on and makes the change to the load balancer. And as soon as that's complete, we'll go over here and refresh the Acme Air website, and you can see that it is now Acme Travel. So that's our blue-green deployment using UrbanCode Deploy version 7 and WebSphere Liberty. In subsequent videos, I'm going to be doing a technical deep dive on each of the steps in the deployment. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me on Twitter or in the comments below, and go check out UrbanCode Deploy version 7.